What's up, guys? Adam Epstein here with 106.7 The Fan, joined by Brian Lawrence of By George, always covering George Mason hoops here. So we had a really good game there, and it wasn't until halfway through the second half when VCU started picking up some momentum and put the game away. Yeah,
I thought the Patriots did a really good job holding the Mo Alley Cox and Tillman to under 10 points for the whole game. So, that gave us a bunch of problems early on our first two times we played you guys.
And one thing I noticed is that De'Riante Jenkins really didn't make an impact during the season when these teams played, and then today he was knocking down threes, driving to the hoop. He was really an impact player.
Yeah, I thought so too. For a freshman, he was very confident. He peered over to where we were sitting, and he said, I got another one in me. And he ended up hitting two more and getting to the line. He shot his free throws as well. I think Mason, fans should be kind of scared to see him for the next 3 years.
Yeah, listen to him getting into it with the media here after the game. De'Riante, in the first half, you turned to the media and you said, "I got another three in me." Can you just take me through what was going through your mind? And then you turned around again and said, "I told you so."
Yeah, I told my guy Tim that. But I knew I was open, and Samir kept coming off the screen, and it was either pick your poison, either help off Samir and leave me in the corner for a three. And we got a lot of shots up early this week in practice, and it showed tonight.
And when VCU got rolling, it was block shots, and it was in transition when they started getting the open threes. Doug Brooks hit a couple, and I know you spoke to Dave Polson after the game, but what were your thoughts on that?
Dave Paulson said that he wanted to wait until he got a bucket before he called a timeout. From my perspective, I would have burned that timeout. It was pretty much a away game for Mason. VCU fans showed up, and I thought momentum was slipping. I would have liked to see him call a timeout a little bit earlier than that.
We needed, we played the last 2 minutes as we were pressing and trapping without a timeout. So, you'd like to think, even last night we're in a similar situation, that you could get a basket, get a timeout, set your defense, and go on a run. And obviously, it didn't happen that way.
So VCU will take on the winner of GW versus Richmond. We've already seen the 1 seed Dayton knocked out. I spoke to Will Wade about that after the game. Coach, obviously the guys see the results from Dayton, but how do you get that out of their mind and just focus game by game?
Well, we talk about it. To win a tournament, you got to win the first game. And I've always said I think the first game's the most difficult one to win. It's the hardest one to win. So one time, the team that, Mason got to play last night. They played, now if you keep winning and you're the team who played the first night, it works against you, obviously, with how tired you get. But that first night when the other teams played for a little bit, that's why I think it's hard sometimes when you have that bye to get going. So, I was proud of our guys at the start, but give Mason credit. They're a tough bunch. We couldn't knock them out at our place on Saturday. We kept throwing punches and punches and punches, and we couldn't knock them out. They came back. They cut it to 3 or 4. And then tonight, same thing. We gave them the best we had at the beginning, and it was 12-2. And then I don't think we scored for 8 minutes or something like that. Those guys don't go anywhere. They're a tough out.
By George is really excited to be here. We'll be here till Sunday. We'll watch.
Not going home.
Not going home. We'll watch every game. In this game right here, I like GW. I think their size is going to be a problem for Richmond late in the game. And, I think VCU is going to pretty much run away with it, if I can be honest. As a Mason fan and someone who covers the sport, after Dayton lost, I just don't really see the competition there for VCU.
Well, when it comes to conference tournaments, they've made the finals of the A10 every year they've been in it. So, the product is there.
Yeah, we look up to them at this point. If you think back to when we went to the Final Four, we had a chance to kind of create our own. And
kind of keep the momentum going with Larinaga.
Yeah, exactly. And we didn't. And so us as Mason fans have now watched VCU kind of propel themselves into making the tournament pretty much routinely.
For coverage all weekend long, go to thefandc.com/video. Thanks, guys.